Money for nothing, checks for free. It was a popular song that came about 30 plus years ago, and it was a very popular song in the US and perhaps the whole world. If you get money for nothing, then you really don't know the value of that money and you will spend it like it's nobody's business. Who Painted My Money White is a book that I wrote that talks about a scenario wherein, depending on who you talk to, between 1 lakh crores to 5 lakh crores of counterfeit currency, looking better than the Indian made currency, entered the system, the financial system of India. And this has been wreaking havoc. We've been doing a series of talks about this. Yesterday, there was Mr. T.G. Mohandas who was talking about it. And then a few days ago, we had Dr. T.P. Senkumar, the ex-Director General of Police of Kerala, touching on the same subject and how this money has created a huge challenge in Kerala. There are many ways that this has been showing up. For example, love jihad, real estate jihad, business jihad, and also prime property being bought up and being bought up for prices that were 2 to 3 times more than what they would have fetched in the open market. Essentially, they're blowing away the competition. They're saying, we'll give you 10 times the money as long as you sell this product, this plot of land, because it is tactically important for them. So if you look at today in Kerala, most of the land along the highway, the national highway, is owned by Muslims. Likewise, most of the riverfront and oceanfront is also owned by Muslims. These are not my words. This is a person who has been occupying the highest post of police in Kerala, Dr. T.P. Senkumar. He was the one who said this. And he also said that this is being funding many other activities, a few of which are described in my book. I'm not saying that you should read the book, but if you read the book, you will understand how this is wreaking havoc. Now, you might want to ask me, what is this got to do with what has been happening in Delhi elections? Well, my friend, what has been happening is this money is now slowly finding its way through the rest of the country. I got a feedback from someone, I need to verify this, I'm not sure, that there is a property in downtown Bengaluru called Richmond area, Richmond Circle, Richmond Road, that area. You have there's a very popular school called the Bishop Cotton School, an area where you will find a lot of Christians living there. And I'm told, and I don't know if this is true or not, I'm told that that entire property has been picked up for a much higher price than what the market price was. So essentially, the real estate market is being turned upside down. You have houses which probably are sitting in the market for years on end that don't find a buyer. And then there are people who are willing to pay any amount of money to buy specific lands. And I also got some information today that land along the Kaveri River in Tamil Nadu also is being bought up. So where is the money coming from and how much money is still left in the system? Dr. T.P. Senkumar again made a very good estimate. He said that this was based on what I had written in the book. I had written in the book that after the demonetization, 113% of the money came back. And the RBI was expecting only 87%. So between 87 to 113, that is 26%. Loosely, 1/4 of the money that was circulating prior to demonetization was perhaps fake. Now, if you think that the amount of money in circulation in 2016, and this is a fairly accurate number, was 16 lakh crores, then 25 to 26% of that is 4 to 4.5 lakh crores, somewhere in that ballpark. And there is a typical velocity of money, which in India is 10x, because India used to be a cash-based economy. If you assume that, then the total amount in circulation of fake currency was close to 45 lakh crores. Now that is now beginning to get accelerated. People don't need money from outside of India to do any unrest anymore. It's all right here. Don't blame that, ISI is doing this, Pakistan is doing this, some other country is sending the money in. I don't think that is needed anymore. It's all there inside. Now, the other challenge that we are looking at, again, I'm looking at now Delhi results, is that if you look at who voted, percentage of demographics that voted, people are saying that, oh, only 65% of the majority community voted, whereas the minority community voted close to 90, 95, even 98%. Now, what is the problem here? Why is it so? Now, we are going to have people who don't want to vote. It doesn't matter. No matter how easy you make it, even if you put a booth right outside their complex, they might not want to still go out and vote. That is, is an individual right. However, if you make it mandatory that you have to cast your vote, and those who do not cast their votes lose their voting rights for the next election, if you bring about something like this, that might have an effect, except that that may go against some constitutional principles. So the government needs to make it easy for people to vote. And for this, I have been saying this for a long time, which is to have blockchain-based voting system, wherein you only need to have one smartphone per family, and already Aadhaar is there. You build it on top of Aadhaar, a retinal recognition system, so that once you go to the website where you want to cast your vote, you can automatically be recognized. It's only you. You can vote any number of times for one election, and you can go back and look at how many times you changed your vote. But the last one you vote will be the one that is your that will be counted. So you can have a window opening, like 30 days before the election start. You can say, now you can cast your votes electronically, and then you wait for 30 days, and then the day of polling, you can still have some booths for those who don't want to use their smartphones. But what this will do, it will do two things. One is it will bring down the cost of elections, holding elections drastically. You do not need any more hordes and hordes of paramilitary forces guarding all these things. You don't need to worry about thinking of what happened to my ballot box. That goes away. The most important thing is, if you combine this with a penalty for not voting, then you're going to get 100% of the vote. I think India is headed towards that. You cannot have these kind of disparities between one demographic and another. And in order to solve this demographic, the government must invest one time into blockchain-based voting system. And I have been in this field for a few years. I know how it is done. I know how what it takes to do it. And I'll be happy to be in touch with whoever in government is starting to take seriously a look at this kind of an alternative. Thanks for listening, and subscribe to PGurus channel.